welcome to Vegas Live. I'm Ninon, your host, and I have Jonathan Grant with me, and he's apparently a very, very beautiful voice. I haven't heard his voice yet. And of course we have Evan Davis, and Evan Davis, you actually invited Jonathan
Yes,
on
I did.
from your show.
Well, he's a couple of reasons. One, he has a show on the 10th of November at the Italian American Club.
Fabulous.
Yes, and he's going to have a guest star, a guest performer, who is going to be
Chadwick Johnson.
Chadwick Johnson is going to perform with you.
Yes.
Well, we'll do a few numbers.
Yeah,
It's
We're going to do a couple duets, and then he's going to do a few songs.
Have you been in town long?
I'm in and out a lot, but I am spending more time here now than
Is that
used to.
because you're getting more engagements and people sort of, bringing you into Vegas, as we call it?
Well, I used to be based in California, and now I'm based here. So, but from California, I used to
Where
come
did you play in California?
all over the place, but mostly in Southern California.
Oh, okay.
So I used to come here about once a month, and I also spend quite a bit of time in New York. But now I'm here, and I go to California about once a month. Yeah.
Well, I did the same thing. I was in California and came here. Now I'm living here. Now I go to California.
All right.
It's like never.
that
Something's never
Where's
changed.
that accent from?
My accent is my accent. You don't know where my come on, England.
Well, you didn't say anything.
England.
I want to tell everyone.
I'm from
Yeah,
England.
you're not a valley girl.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a valley girl. My mother would spin in her grave.
Well, Jonathan's been traveling around the country, been playing in New York and a lot of clubs.
What do you
LA,
sing? What is
Southern
your?
California.
What is your?
Pardon?
What do you sing?
Oh, well, I'm considered a jazz vocalist, but I mean, I throw in a few other things as well.
And you're obviously in Georgia and you like it. Now, the reason that you're now in Vegas more is you're getting more bookings in Vegas. They're getting more well known. What is your goal?
My goal? Well, just to continue making music and reaching audiences, and I have a couple recordings coming up, so hopefully one of those will.
Well, hit the charts.
Right.
And when you do these recordings, what are you exactly recording? Obviously jazz, because you like jazz.
Right. So a lot of popular American standards, and I try to take some that are more obscure, or take a song that's not considered a jazz standard and put a jazz flavor on it. Yeah.
And you know, one thing I do love is classical and jazz together. I think that mix is absolutely amazing. Do you do that mix?
Not so much classical, but I'll take like a reggae song or a pop song and turn it into a jazz
And do a jazz song.
Yeah.
So jazz is definitely your thing.
Right.
When did you start singing?
Well, I started singing in church. I think I had my first solo at age 6 or something like
You know,
that.
it's so funny because I hear this so often. The reason I ask this question is because, a majority of young people really start in church. And what a great opening and a great place to start. Because you're in the choir, you don't really notice that much, so the shyness and all that stuff kind of gets mixed up with everybody.
Right.
But it's a great place to practice.
Yeah, totally.
And to
Good
know your
background
talent.
there.
Yes, you got your background there. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Portsmouth, Arkansas.
From Arkansas. They have a diamond mine there, don't
Yeah.
they? See, I know where the diamonds come
Yes,
from.
they do have a diamond mine.
I mean, I don't know how big it is or how small it is, but I know that they do
Yeah.
have it.
In fact, it's called the Diamond State.
It's the Diamond State.
Oh no, excuse me, it's the Natural State. Which one is the Diamond State?
You're asking me? I'm from England, he's asking me. Come
The
on.
Diamond State, I have no idea.
The Diamond State
I
is
can
Ninon.
Oklahoma. Okay,
Oklahoma.
you can say anything you want. I'll believe
right.
anything you say.
Actually, I'm the Diamond State sitting right here because I like diamonds. I love diamonds. What's your favourite song you like to sing? The request you get, you perform it.
Oh, I don't have a favorite.
You don't?
But I get asked to do a song called Doodlin' a lot that I recorded.
Can you
It's
a cappella? Can you do anything else?
Maybe. This song is by Horace Silver and John Hendricks, and it's a vocal lead, so that's kind of why people like
Give
it.
us a couple of lines. I love to do this. I put them on the spot.
That one's probably not so good.
Which is a good one, a cappella?
I have to think about that for a minute.
Okay, think about it for a minute. And where so you're going to be performing at the American Club?
Yes,
Italian American
at the
Club.
Italian American Club, Thursday, November 10th.
And are these your own shows, or do you help them with these shows? Or How does
Well,
this work?
to some degree, I try
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah,
He helps everybody out.
he does, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he's a great supporter of everybody in Las Vegas.
But also
The
he's doing
entertainment
very
world.
well. He's sort of getting a lot of stuff together. You know,
Yeah.
it took you a little time, but and how are you feeling about, you know, the entertainment in Vegas as of the smaller clubs?
How am I feeling about the entertainment in Vegas, about the smaller
Well, the
clubs?
smaller clubs, because people don't know about them. Everybody comes to Vegas and goes to the big hotels.
Right. I try to help promote some of those smaller venues
Yeah.
so people not only will see some entertainers that they won't get to see if they come to Vegas, but also get to taste the flavor of some of the local restaurants and clubs that are here. Instead of going into Caesars or the Bellagio or some of those
Well, that's it,
bigger
yeah, because a
rooms.
lot of people don't, some of the people that live here don't want to sort of be always on the strip. They want to
Right.
go other places, but at the same time they want entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of putting all that together, and then you're performing in all these places. So this is kind of, you know, this is kind of a round robin, which is absolutely great. And of course I have to mention, we're down here at the Peppermill Lounge, and this place has been here since 1972. It's very, very well known. And of course, I always like to mention it that we're actually sitting in the booth that Elvis Presley was. This is his booth, actually. I'm not saying it's the same, exactly the same booth, but this is where he used to sit and used to bring it in. He used to come in the back door and sort of, I guess, the fancy lounges, everybody probably did the same
There's a
thing.
back door here.
There is a back
Okay.
door, yeah, there's a back door right over there somewhere.
You didn't come in? I came in that door.
Yeah, but this is a new Frank Sinatra. Who do you admire as you go through this, you know, your career? Who do you admire mostly as a performer, sort of like what you do?
Well, again, I don't have an actual favorite, but
He doesn't have a favorite of anybody. He
no,
loves them all. Isn't that cool?
there's too many to pick from. But I love Johnny Hartman and Nancy Wilson and
Oh,
Carmen
Nancy
McRae.
Wilson. was
Mel
very
Torme is one of my
Mel
favorites.
Torme. Do you know James Torme?
Yes, I do.
James Torme is a good
Yeah.
friend of mine.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
the reason I mention that because he's in Los Angeles
Yes,
a lot.
he is.
Plays a lot in Los Angeles, and then he plays in England, in London a lot. He plays.
Nice.
Yeah, he's nice. Do you ever perform with him? Because he does jazz
I haven't
as well.
performed
doesn't
with
he?
him, but I have met him before, and
He does jazz as well, so he does kind of the same sort of thing.
Right,
You know, which is
yeah.
fabulous.
and I'm sure he does a tribute to his father. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I was fortunate enough to meet, and I met him at I think they call it the Pink Elephant in London, and he was performing there, which is I don't know if it's still there, it's a jazz club in London, absolutely fabulous.
Nice.
Such a nice man, and a sweetheart. And he kind of brought this whole thing out, you know, the jazz and the band.
Velvet Frog.
Yeah, the Velvet Fog.
The Velvet Fog. What's that?
That's what they called him.
Oh, that's what I didn't know that. The Velvet Fog.
Yep.
Really?
Because of his voice, the way
Oh, yeah, he had that kind
so
of,
velvet.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
like a velvet fog, the fog of London. And I want to thank you, John, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Eva, for coming on. We shall be right back with our next guest. We'll see you in a bit. Become part of Vegas Live with Ninon.